Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala khatim al-anbiya. This is our seventh discussion. We have earlier already covered two very important sources of Islamic thought, namely the Quran and Sunnah. And now we are trying to look into what are the basic concepts which have to be fully reflected when we talk about thought development. Among those, first and foremost is concept of Deen. Normally, when we talk about Islam, whether Muslims or non-Muslims, they always use the word religion, which is driven from Latin, and that means binding fast. But religion is interpreted differently in the West and the East. Normally, what we understand by it is a set of doctrines, rituals, offerings, ceremonies, and quite often some festivals and prayers are included. But with this definition, we find a variety of emphasis by various philosophers of religion. Among those, first and foremost is Schleiermacher, who thinks that religious experience, religion as such, is a matter of some kind of poetic thinking. While we find that Mircea Eliade considers it's a kind of mythological understanding. On the other hand, Sigmund Freud considers religion as a mass neurosis. Santayana, a philosopher, considers that it's a bridge between magic and science. And then the German philosopher Rudolf Otto considers it a matter of experience of the holy. Some others consider, like Paul Tillich, that it is a man's ultimate concern, whatever is our ultimate objective. Anyhow, but major religions of the world, Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, all of them share more or less in one or the other of these concepts. In front of you is how Voltaire considered about religion. He was very much critical of Roman Catholicism and establishment of clergy. So he questioned that. David Hume questioned rational basis of revelation, and religion for him was a matter of what is not linked with rationality. Jewish philosopher Moses Mendelssohn considers that it's a matter of Judaic tradition, where he was more concerned about legislation, which practice made people realize truth. Immanuel Kant come up with the idea of personal and moral conviction as basis of religion. But having said that, what exists today is essentially the impact of Auguste Comte, French philosopher, who came up with the idea that all theological thinking was mythical and all philosophical concepts of metaphysics were abstraction. But what we have now, or what we have entered now, is the age of positivism, scientific thinking, where we correlate facts of observation with each other, and that's what constitutes truth and reality. In other words, scientific thinking, positivism has fully replaced what used to be considered as philosophy or as religion. Some other philosophers like Mircea Eliade, an authority on religion, considers that religion is a matter of a divide between what is secular and what is profane. Therefore, human life has two aspects. One is spirituality, other is materiality, and this is how human life works out.